All right, we're live at the Digital Inclusion Awareness Day. The crowd is still coming in, and we'll be started here with the mayor's introduction in a few minutes. We've got a lot of groups in the Coalition for Digital Inclusion represented. Hey, we're on Facebook. We're on Facebook Live.
Oh, wonderful.
And hi, you're Jaden. Is that right? I'm Rick Usher. I'm with the city manager's office. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming today.
Thanks for having us.
What do you guys got going on?
Well,
Habitat?
we're also having our Habitat Home Ownership Fair right after this event today, and we're expecting over 200 people.
Where will that be located?
Right here in the same. So we're going to break down and set right back up again.
That's great.
Starting at 1 o'clock.
So this is Noah Yenner. He's one of our digital inclusion.
Noah, nice to meet you. Pat Shelby with Habitat. Jaden and Toshiba.
All right. Hey, will you go around and talk to a few people? You're on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
On the Coalition for Digital Inclusion.
Facebook Live, that's the best.
Ask Michael here what he's up to.
Hey, Michael. I'm Noah Yenner.
Hey, what's that?
I'm Noah Yenner.
Noyan, nice to meet you.
So, what are you doing here?
My organization, HEDC, Hispanic Economic Development Corporation. We're here representing Hispanic entrepreneurs, digital developers, and other folks doing asset wealth building. So excited to be here.
That's amazing.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks. We're doing a raffle today too. We're giving away T-shirts and mugs and glasses too.
That's nice. Thanks for giving to the community. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good to see you today.
Nice to see you too.
Same here.
So, I'm on Facebook Live.
All right.
So, how?
I'm in the witness protection program, so be on TV.
So, how's it been going?
Jamal Maxwell, Calvin Robertson.
Hi.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Jamal Maxwell.
Hi. Nice to meet you too.
Diane Paulson.
Hi.
Hello.
Jerry Bourne.
We've already
Yes.
talked this morning.
From W. Boyd Nursing.
Yeah. I can't wait to visit your location.
Look forward to it. Since you called, whatever you called me.
Probably not 17 to be in the fall.
Hello.
Hi.
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 So, we're on Facebook Live, just going around and talking to all of the companies. So, are your footprints?
Huh?
Your footprints.
Footprints, yes.
And what is your name? My name's Noah Yenner.
My name's Debbie, and really you ought to talk, wait till my director comes back.
Oh, okay.
He is really the man to talk to.
Okay.
Hi, how are you?
I'm Noah Yenner,
Noah, I'm Kyle.
and I work with Rick Usher
Okay.
with the Digital Equity Strategic
Yeah.
Fund. What's your name?
I'm Jay. Nice to meet you.
And you guys are the best.
So we're actually Google Developer Group Kansas City. We're a volunteer user group that's we meet monthly and have bigger events like DevFest KC, which is our annual conference. And we just kind of talk about software development, what products Google has that you can use to develop for free. And we
Other
also
tools to help promote your business, stuff like that.
yeah.
Wow.
And we have an initiative to get more women involved in tech too, called Women Tech Makers.
That's great. That is awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
Feel free to
yes.
It's a little bit more info about us.
That's great. You know, I think that we do need a lot more helpers with developing businesses.
Yeah.
Because there's just a lot of people that are out there that have the knowledge and the skill sets. They just don't either have the resources or the time or the proper knowledge.
Yeah.
So I think you guys, and also we definitely need to give some credits to women too. That's nice.
Yeah. There's a lot of good organizations around, and so we like to partner with them and kind of utilize all of our resources together.
Yeah. Well, I'm very
One
glad.
big community.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you guys said that to me, and it's all right here.
Oh, there you go.
Sounds good. Thanks. Nice to meet you.
This is a great place to meet new people and to discover new things. There's a lot of inspiration here. We'll leave the mayor to his duties.
Yeah, right.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm on Facebook Live on Rick Usher's.
Okay.
Facebook Live. So I'm just going around seeing how everyone's doing, what everyone's up to.
Cool.
So how
Roving reporter, huh? Yeah. Well, I'm happy to be here. Eager to see the turnout and what we can all learn. You know, I think it's going to be a great day. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, what are your goals for today?
Well, my goals for today is to better inform everyone of our project.
Okay. Do you have a table set up for that, or how are you doing that?
Well, we have a table next to FEC.
Okay, well, make sure you get my T-shirt in your video screen there. This is where it all began,
Yes.
2014. So it's good to see you, and I look forward to seeing how things go.
Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks for being here.
You're welcome. Enjoy the other day too. We
Yes.
need to make sure he gets to 1 million cups.
Yes.
So I can introduce him to some people. Give him a little bit of a kick in the fanny there.
Yes.
All right?
All right. Be sure to go to 1 million cups at the coffin. It's amazing, and there's a lot of entrepreneurs presenting their products that are brand new in Kansas City. So it's a big event. You might want to go there. It's awesome. So, hi. I just spoke with you guys not too long ago. I just wanted to introduce you guys on Facebook Live.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm Ryan. This is Brittany.
I'm Brittany.
Yeah, you guys come on down. We've got a couple different, I guess, publications of cord cutting options, streaming services, devices. We've also got this little Google Cardboard experience tutorial, Ocean Safari. So pretty interesting, cool stuff.
Yeah.
We're happy to meet everyone.
Well, like I said, you guys, I absolutely love Google Cloud.
Oh, thanks, man.
You know, you guys come up with the best things, I swear. Like, fast internet for one thing, that's awesome.
Right.
How fast? 150 megabytes, right?
Yeah, so we have a 100 meg internet option and 1,000 meg.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, like, you could download, like, a movie in, like, 2 minutes.
Very, very quickly. Yes.
Wow, that's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, if you're working with large HD files, makes life a lot easier.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys.
Absolutely. Take care, man.
You too. Hello. So, we're on Facebook Live. We're just trying to introduce everyone here. So, my name's Noah.
Well, Mike Chambers with AT&T, here today to talk about our program called Access from AT&T. It's $10 a month for internet service, speeds up to 10 meg. If you qualify for the program, you're a participant in the SNAP program or the Food Stamp program, so it's a great deal. No installation fees, no equipment fees, just $10 a month. If you're not savvy enough to do the self-installation, our techs come out and install it, no charge. So it's a great program for somebody that qualifies, and that's why I'm here today.
That's awesome. I'm thanking you very much for being here. Thank
Sure.
you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
great people here. Got some very good opportunities.
Welcome to Mind Drive. Is this live? Is this
Yeah.
going out? Hey, Mind Drive, come on down and build some electric cars. It's the future. Save your grandchildren's lives by coming to Mind Drive.
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
That's pretty straightforward.
I didn't even have to tell you guys why I came over here. You already knew I was introducing you.
Oh, well, I don't know what you're doing, but yeah, you got a thingy in your hand.
Well, we're doing Facebook Live, and we're just introducing everyone around
Okay.
here.
Well, this is Emily. She's the program
Hi.
coordinator at Mind Drive.
I'm Noah Yenner.
No, she's the program manager. I'm the program coordinator, and this is the program.
Yeah. Community outreach coordinator over at Mind Drive.
Yeah, we have a lot of titles,
Yeah.
but I bet you'll do anything you're told.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to thank all of you for saving the next generation.
Lives.
Anytime.
Lives. We're saving lives here. We're saving lives.
Yeah.
Actually, the young people who come to Mind Drive and learn how to make the electric cars do a lot of it too. So you should thank them too if you see them around. They're usually also wearing these shirts.
Wow.
Yeah, we brought one of every shirt. Mine says, this is the one that we give to our mentors, and it's kind of a nice little bonus. This talks about our mini car races, which are called Electricons, and she just has the Mind Drive shirt. Not just. One of the many. We have many.
Wow. Well, I love your attires.
Thank you.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. So I'm Noah Yenner.
Sorry?
I'm Noah Yenner, and I'm working with the Digital Equity Strategic Plan.
Okay. The digital equity.
Strategic Plan.
Okay. Oh, for the city of Kansas City.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just going around on Facebook Live introducing everyone.
Well, yes. My name is Ina Montgomery. My company is Urban Tech, and I do technology training and soft skills. The TEC is the acronym for Technology Empowered Communities.
Thank you.
Is this on the City Kansas City page?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I've got Makey set up to talk about the workshop. I have a 4-part workshop that I offer in Makey. I'm doing workshops this fall on Raspberry Pi, getting students ready to also compete with that. I've got a virtual reality. I work with 4 other young ladies to create virtual reality field trips. And so I've got that VR. That was funded by Mozilla. I've got that. I do STEAM classes, and my sister's in STEM program and all that good stuff. This is actually 3D printed. So that sign-in is 3D printed.
Wow.
Yes.
You know, I don't really have that much experience with Raspberry Pis.
Okay.
But my brother, Tarek Yenner, he actually went to DeVry University, and they worked on projects with Raspberry.
The Raspberry Pi. So he did Python programming probably?
Yes.
Yeah.
And thank you very much.
No problem.
Well, I'm going to give it back to you.
Hey, all right. Well, thank you. Thanks for your work here. I think we're going to get started in a few minutes. I was looking for Mike Limita over there. We'll see what's going on. Okay, are we going to get started in a minute here?
Yes, we
All
are.
right.
Yes, we are. You got a big audience on Facebook?
I got one at least.
Is it
Who's
Sailor?
out there? Make a comment. Thanks for watching. Hey, Rick Dean, we're on Facebook Live. What do you think of this
Hello,
digital
Facebook.
inclusion effort?
Man, this is an amazing day. It's such an important issue for our society, for our community, and you just need to come out and check us out. And hey, if you stop by my booth, we'll enter you for a chance to win a free computer.
Oh, so plug your website. Where to put
That
this
would be
up?
connectingforgood.org, or you can visit us on Facebook.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Hey, Michael. I got you on the Facebook Live, man. Tell us what you're up to
Good to be
today.
here. Well, I'm the new director of an organization called Footprints in Kansas City. We are opening up a new alcohol and drug counseling center on 45th and Troost. And just this week we opened up a computer lab. So we're working with treatment centers, recovery houses, halfway houses, re-entry houses to take people who are in recovery, in early recovery, and start to teach them digital literacy skills, all the way from using a mouse through PowerPoint. And we're using the North Star Digital Literacy Assessment Program, so they can actually earn certificates that show, what they learned, and they can use it to attach it to their resume when they're doing job search. If you've been in prison or jail for a while, you haven't really had a chance to use a computer. Nowadays, if you want to be in recovery from alcohol and drugs, you also need to find a job. And without those skills, it's really hard. Something as simple as looking up a job site, for instance, is a real huge challenge to people who haven't had that experience before. So that's our job. We're trying to make sure they have the same opportunities as the rest of us.
All right, well, thanks for being here. I think we're about to get started. Let's see what we can do.
Give your attention, please. Thank you very much. Now talk.
So really all I have to say is that we have, to kick us off this morning, the man who has been called the most progressive mayor of digital inclusion in the entire country. He's made this a priority of the administration, and we would like to welcome to kick us off this morning, Mayor Sly James.
Thanks for everybody for being here. Now, one thing I want you to do, okay? All of you who have cell phones, and all of you do, I hope, pull them out, send out a text to all your friends and say, why aren't you here? Okay? Because this really is somewhat important. This is the first ever digital inclusion awareness day, and the reason that it is being done is because we now understand, and we have understood for quite some time, the importance of being digitally connected to this society. So I want to thank you for being here and for taking part in it and recognizing what it can do. And I speak for the digital inclusion partners when I say thank you for that, and when I say it means a lot for our city and for our residents of our city to be connected, and that you've taken time out to come here and find out whatever it is that you personally need to know in order to either become connected or enhance your connectivity or whatever it means. It's exciting to be able to take part in this with you today. So I want to thank the Lombark Center for once again allowing us to use this beautiful space, and to the companies and the practitioners who are lined up along the wall, the organizations who set up booths, who joined us here today, set up tables. These folks are here to tell you about the things that they can do to enhance your life in terms of being connected to each other digitally and being connected to society and the economy digitally. I want to thank the member groups of the Digital Inclusion Coalition. There's dozens of coalitions and organizations who have come together to form this coalition, I should say, and they have come together to make this an incredibly important objective to pursue. Because one thing that we know is that as more and more and more of our life becomes digitized and subject to the web and broadband and going through pipes, it is absolutely imperative that if we want to keep up and not be left behind, that we understand the processes. And so I don't like trendy slogans or something, but technology today is the infrastructure of the 21st century. Being digitally connected is just as important as being able to get around from place to place on transportation, whether it's public or private. Being digitally connected means that you have access to information that you may not be able to find otherwise if you have that access fast. Being digitally connected opens you up to services and things that you otherwise may not be able to access. It is absolutely vital that we are digitally connected. And I know it sounds flashy, and people sometimes think this is cutting edge stuff, but you know what? Go talk to my 6-year-old grandson who is making videos and posting them on YouTube by himself. Okay? He has games that absolutely amaze me that are digital. He can do things that I haven't thought of. It's really embarrassing when you're going to a 6-year-old and ask him, how do you do this? But it's really cool when they teach you. Now you know how to do what they know how to do. I've never thought of comparing myself to a 6-year-old, but it's the way it is in the world in certain things. Digital connectivity is the infrastructure of this century, and it's very simple. Infrastructure is absolutely critical to a community's growth, to its ability to sustain the economy, to social interaction, and it's whether it's roads, streets, bridges, sidewalks, curbs, whatever, digital inclusion is just as important. Think of digital being digitally connected as being on the same road as everybody else. The bridge to get to someplace that you need to get to. The sidewalks that you walk down every single day. It has just as much importance. There is nothing that scares people more than to walk out of their house and realize that they left their phone behind. Because they feel like they are not connected to the rest of the world. But it's a lot more than just being connected by your phone. So if as a city we want our economy to provide opportunities for as many people as possible to work, then we have to make sure that they have the skills to join that workforce. And I know that when I grew up down at 44th and Montgomery, my father was a janitor and a cook at the Black Angus restaurant, and a computer was something that we literally got on a bus in school, all of us, and they took us downtown to Kansas City and took us into this room. There's a bunch of big black boxes with lights on. Wow, that's a computer. Who knew? We've got those computers, more powerful computers in our pockets right now on our phones. Things have changed that rapidly, and they're going to continue to change. And that's why we're here today, because the same way that city residents learn to recycle, and the same obligation we as a city have in order to teach folks how to do that, we have that same obligation to teach people how to be connected on the digital highways and bridges of our world. So the startling statistic is that nearly 1 in 3 people in Kansas City are not connected. 1/3 of our people are not connected. That's a scary thing when you think about it. They don't have any access at home, and they don't have any access otherwise. And most of the time it comes down to a couple of very simple reasons. A survey conducted a few years ago showed that 30% without internet at home said it was because of the cost. Whether it was the hardware, the computers, the services, whatever it is, the cost was a barrier to it. And more than 40% said because it wasn't relevant to their lives. I don't know how that's possible, because if you don't have it, you don't know whether or not it's relevant to your lives. It is relevant to every life here. And it's going to continue to become increasingly relevant, which is why we need to make sure that we are pushing this as much as we possibly can. So we're here today because as a city, we want to make sure that we can help you find out how to become connected, how to overcome the cost barriers, why it is relevant to your lives, and then how to make sure that you are able to access it in such a way that you're getting the most complete benefit out of it that you possibly can. And we want you to realize that your lives can be affected very positively by being digitally connected. So we're going to show you some of those things today. We have a bunch of people here, and I mean a bunch of people up there, to talk about how they can help you. So the connection is digital connection can provide tools that are essential to your everyday life. You can access public transit information, routes and schedules. You can know that you can find out about delays and things, so you're not sitting at the bus stop in the middle of the winter for an extra half hour of freezing. If you knew in advance, you could simply take a little bit more time in the morning before you got there. You're connected to governmental services. We have this weird issue in government and in City Hall that when we want to send out information, we have to try to calculate how do we get it out that's going to be most effective. We send out almost everything digitally, but we still have to send out a lot of things, stuff in water bills and things of that nature, because people are simply not connected digitally. We don't get paid for our paychecks anymore. It just shows up. We get a notice that it's been deposited. We pay bills. If my wife leaves me, and she won't because I'm such a cool guy, at least that's what I tell myself. But if my wife leaves me, the first thing I'm going to ask her is I need all the passcodes for the banking so that we can continue to pay our bills, because she pays everything online. I used to write out checks. I remember coming home from the Marine Corps and having no money. I put the gas bill in the water bill envelope, the water bill check in the gas bill envelope, mailed them off, and bought myself some time. You can't do that anymore. If you're looking for work, it's very hard to find jobs anymore. It's not like you walk down the street and see help wanted signs in the window, go in and fill out an application. All that stuff is online. There are people who are searching for workers or looking online through the various services out there. Your resume's got to be online, yada, yada, yada. So those are things that are absolutely essential. People want to change in the economy. There's companies that don't even post their job openings any place online anymore. So it's a way to monitor health. I refill my prescriptions. I refill some today. I took out my phone. I went to my Walgreens app. I hit the barcode on my prescription bottles. It clicked. It took. And then I'll get a notice back on my phone later in the day that I can come pick up my medication. All those things. And I did that in my underwear in my kitchen. So, and so a lot of that other than having to get up and go down and order and go see the doctor. I'm just being real. You know, that's what being connected does. I mean, you can do things in your underwear in the kitchen. And you get work done and don't have to go anywhere. Don't have to get all dressed up. You know, but all that stuff is important. If I didn't have the medication, I'd have to go down and get dressed up, go down there and order and stand around the way. I don't have to do that anymore. I save myself a lot of time. So that's why we're here today. We're going to try to help. And I want to tell you a couple of people that I really do have a great deal of gratitude for. First of all, my Director of Policy, Clayton Ryan, is an absolute gem. I tell people that when they come out in public because I want her to know how much I love her. And I also want her to know that I'm going to say these types of things rather than, yes, you get praise. So when you don't have money, you got to have praise, right? And then Aaron Deacons, worked with Aaron when we got Google in the town back in 2011, and Aaron started working with us, putting together our game plan. And it's been in process and progress ever since then. This is a long-term love affair that we have here. So we want to make sure that you know before you leave here today what is possible. That there are people here who are going to help to find a way to get what you need in your home so that you can be connected, to show you how to use what you have so that you can be connected, and most of all, to show you how important it is for you to be connected, so that you will open up a whole area of information and technology and advice and resources that you otherwise would not have. That's the goal here today. So once again, when you have a chance, send a text to your friends who you know are not connected and say, why aren't you sitting here too? Because this is important to you. This is important to your family, and this is important to our city. So thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of the day. I have some other things I want to be in and out doing, but take care of yourselves and get connected. It's important. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Jane. Okay, so we've got a couple more hours here this morning. We'll spend a little bit of time talking to hear from a number of people who are doing some amazing things out in the community to help figure out what the problem is. And part of this is going to be the folks you have up here talking. Part of this is going to hear a little bit from you about why you're here and what your interest is. And I think as much as anything, even though we've got some people who have some things to share, and we have people all around the room, obviously, we've come to share and trying to address the problem of digital divide. It's also really important for us to learn and to know what we ought to be doing. One of the things that's happened over the past few years is, first of all, you have a lot of people, and it's well represented in this room, and it includes the mayor and mayor staff and the city, but it's not just the city government who has recognized that we've got a long way to go in terms of bridging the digital skills gap, the digital literacy gap, digital tools access gap in this community in order for us to be successful. And organizations continue to dedicate resources. Some organizations have evolved in a way to include digital inclusion and awareness as part of their mission. And other brand new organizations like Connecting for Good have sprung up specifically to address this task. And so up here on our panel, we have Tom Essler, who is the CEO of Connecting for Good. We have Tamara Butler. She is a resident at the West Bluff facility here in Kansas City, Missouri, and a recipient of some of the services of some of these organizations. Debbie Ballard is with the Spring Foundation. Ron Farmer is with CHESS, which is a credit and housing empowerment services. Close, I think I missed the age, but it's pretty close. Pedro Zamora with the Hispanic Economic Development Corporation, and Terry Coogan with Kansas City Public Library. And these organizations represent just some of the members. So as all these organizations have either started to adopt this as part of their mission or come into existence in order to adopt this, we formed a coalition of members. So we have an organization now called the Kansas City Coalition for Digital Inclusion. And our goal really is to help each other to execute this mission, to figure out what needs to be done in the community, to give each other support. It is, as the mayor indicated in his remarks, there's a lot of learning to do. There's a lot of learning, I think, on all sides. And so, it's when you first be aware that this coalition exists, please talk to any of us as either individual entities or organizations, as well as members of the coalition. So know that the people and the organizations who are working to address this issue are also making sure that we work together so that we can get involved in the community, so we can understand how to meet the needs of the community, and frankly, we can use all the help we can get. So, if I could just ask a couple questions about who we've got in the audience. How many people do we have here from city government? We've got a handful. How many people do we have from organizations that are members of the Kansas City Coalition for Digital Inclusion? How many people do we have that are associated with an internet service provider? How many people are what we call themselves community activists? You're out in your community trying to spread this message. How many people have internet at home right now? How many people have not been on the internet in the past 24 hours? So we've got a few. Okay. So I'd like to ask, if I can, let's see how this works. If I have enough cord length. For our panel, it's in what we're talking about. I'm going to just pick a few people out of the audience and ask you why you're here. So get ready, because you're going to be on the spot. How much rope do I have? You, sir?
Well, I'd like to get some classes to learn more about the internet and how to do research.
Okay. What kind of things do you want to research?
Everything.
That's great.
Do I'm retired, so I just research everything.
Okay, terrific. How about you?
I went to KCPS High School, and while we have one-on-one, it's great. A lot of our students don't have internet at home, and so I'm here to have resources about that.
everybody up here addresses these issues in a slightly different way. So, my name is Aaron Deacon. I run an organization called KC Digital Drive that we started with the city to kind of, among other things, help do this work. And we'll start with Tom here on the end. We'll connect for good, and we'll go down the list. If you have questions at any time, and I'll ask after each person talks about how to access their program, about what it is specifically they do, let me know, and please feel free to jump in. Just raise your hand.
Thanks, Aaron. Hi, I'm Thomas. I'm with Connecting for Good. Connecting for Good since 2012. We've been providing computer skills classes, low-cost computers, and internet access for low-income communities. We believe that there's a correlation between digital literacy. We like to use the term digital fluency. Being fluent in digital things. There's a correlation between that and improvements for individuals and communities in education, employment, economic impact, and the environment. 4 E's. Working with the city, we also have a 5th E, which is enforcement. We're going to be working on setting up some training for video surveillance equipment to be installed in neighborhoods that are trying to reduce the crime rates. So one of the things that's really important that we've learned at Connecting for Good is there's also a correlation between this term that we use, digital inclusion, and the idea of a person or a family having stability in their lives. Because the relevancy of being online and having a home computer or doing things on a computer is directly correlated to what else is happening in your life. So we've learned along the way, particularly when you're dealing with low-income communities and urban poor, that you have to be sensitive to what's happening in people's lives. And the only way we can do that effectively as an organization is if we're part of a network of other organizations that provides those more holistic set of services. That's why we're so proud to be part of this coalition for digital inclusion in Kansas City. Groups like the Du Bois Learning Center, Literacy KC, and even Google Fiber and Sprint and AT&T. Organizations large and small that are all places that help us realize that you've got to meet people where they're at. If you want to have an impact on this idea of digital inclusion, meet people where they're at and help make sure that they can get on some kind of a pathway that improves their lives. Otherwise, what's the use of being online? You heard the mayor talk about all the things that he does that benefits his life by virtue of the fact that he has access to the internet and skills. And if you don't have access, you don't have skills, we're one of the places you can go. But I guarantee you, whatever other services you need, we're going to be looking out for any other contacts, networks, and organizations and individuals that we're aware of. That's what we're about. That's why we're so proud to be here. Today, we're going to be giving away some computers. So if you haven't gotten your raffle ticket, make sure between now and about 10:25 that you do get a raffle ticket. We also have schedules to back all the classes that we offer. All of our classes are free. And we go out of our way to partner with places like the Kansas City Public Library, Hispanic Economic Development Council, and we work with happy partners with Sprint. We work with the Housing Authority, with Google Fiber to teach classes there. Ron Farmer has been a wonderful partner with this. You're going to hear him talk about the Money Smart KC program. Money Smart KC, you think it's all about financial literacy. It's about information that can help families have stability. And that's what we feel digital inclusion is mostly about. Thanks very much.
You brought something up that I forgot to mention earlier, which is to stick around for the raffle. Once we're done with this panel session, we've got, I think, 3 computers, a tablet, some consulting, and the Money Drive experience, which really you need to stick around and find out what that is. Questions or comments about Connecting for Good, about their services, about what they're doing in the community? You may need to come up and shout.
Great question. For those of you who didn't hear, if I'm associated with the school, if I'm a parent of a school child and I want to get information about computers and computer skills, how to access them. Connecting for Good, we actually have two open access, free access public computer labs, both at the Urban Core, one on the Missouri side at the Landon campus, the old Linwood Presbyterian Church, right at 71 Highway in Linwood, and then the other one in KCK on 3rd Street as part of the Juniper Gardens, Kansas City, Kansas House Network project. But we also build computer labs in a variety of different churches and community centers, and we're part of the network of community learning centers that includes the Kansas City Public Library branches. They all have free Wi-Fi, and they have computers, and they have trained staff that provide a lot of classes and a lot of assistance. As do the city's community centers like Greg Price, Blue Hills Community Center, and lots of others. So it's a great question. One of the initiatives we're working on with the city and the library and the coalition is how can we do a better job of spreading awareness of all these community centers, community learning centers, and how can we make sure they're connected so you have a consistent experience and provide the resources that you need. But by all means, that's one of the reasons all of these tables are here. There's information you can get that will enable you to get access to some of that learning. And it's all free. It's all widely available.
Do you have a phone number? Like for people, and I'm not going to share this, but if people just, you know, if she's out talking to her students or families or people that you want to share it, can they just say, just call Connecting for Good? Is that something that you...
Absolutely. We pride ourselves on providing information, as I said before, not just about our centers, but about as many of the other network centers as possible. We have a phone number that you can get it back. I'll tell it to you if you want to write it down and punch it in. 816-559-7077. But you can visit any of our two centers anytime you like. We'll be happy to help. 816-559-7077. And we have, and there's Carol waving in back. She's got flyers, class schedules. You can see a lot of us are here wearing our Connecting for Good shirts. So if you have questions that I can't answer or not able to answer here, please seek out any of our other members before you leave today. 816-559-7077. Okay?
Thank you very much, Tom. Appreciate it.
By the way, if you are online, you can visit our website, which is connectingforgood.org. All together, connectingforgood.org. Thank you.
All right, so our next panelist, Cameron, are you taking any Connecting for Good classes? Okay, so we've got one person up here on the panel who is not part of a service provider organization
or Alex. But this morning I want to talk about, the mayor was right on. Everything he said about the digital divide is right on. And as a company, we recognize that this is an issue. And we wanted to do something about it, quite frankly. And we picked a particular focus area because to the teachers who talked about it or the parents, it's a real problem. And we understand that this problem of digital, the digital divide primarily affects Black and brown kids primarily, and so that's where we put our focus. So earlier this year, we introduced a new program. It's our signature program. It's called the 1 Million Project. We recognize the fact that there are 5 million families across this country who have children who don't have internet service at home. So even though our school districts are doing a really good job at providing devices for kids at school, so for example, the Kansas City, Missouri Public School gives all kids a notebook. But quite frankly, when they get home, if they don't have internet, a notebook doesn't mean anything. They can't do anything with it once they get home. We found in interviewing principals across this country, and particularly here in Kansas City, we were talking with the principal at Southeast High School, and he gave us an example of a student who, when he got to school at 6 o'clock in the morning, there was a female student sitting on the steps doing her homework at 6 o'clock in the morning. And so that's what our kids are having to do because they don't have access at home. So they're going to the library, thank goodness for the library. So they're going to libraries or McDonald's or community centers or going to a relative's house, but not being able to do exactly what the mayor described this morning. They're not able to do those things in their kitchen because they don't have access at home. We also know that 70%, and these teachers can probably confirm this, 70% of the teachers say that they give homework online. So if you're giving homework online and the majority of your students can't do it once they get home, I mean, it's putting our kids, quite frankly, at a disadvantage. And so Sprint looked at this problem and decided that we were going to do something about it. So we made a commitment to provide a free device and free service to high school students for the entire 4 years that they are in high school. We want to make sure that kids have what they need, and we want to level the playing field for all kids across the country, or for at least 1 million. We know we're going to do 1 million. So we just completed a pilot, and in that pilot, we completed that, and so in August and September of this year, we will roll out to 180,000 students across the country free internet service and a free device to those kids. Here in Kansas City, we are partnering with the Kansas City, Missouri Public Schools. So any child in one of the Kansas City, Missouri Public School high schools who does not have internet at home needs to go see their principal and ask them where is their phone and internet service, because Sprint is providing it. So we're pleased to be able to do that, and we're pleased to be able to help solve this problem because this is a major issue across the country. And if kids can't apply for jobs, they can't fill out college applications, I mean, they cannot do those things which they ought to be able to do, like all kids all across the country, other kids can do. That's it.
Cool. Now let me ask you a question. Is it really the principal who's running this program? Is that who your point of contact is at all the schools, who designs how it actually gets implemented in the
So
school?
in every school district, we're actually working, with the school districts. But I would say the point of contact in individual schools is the principal.
Okay.
Yeah, so absolutely.
Terrific. We got a question. I'll get to you in a minute. Rick, in back, Leslie. Is there a data cap?
There is a data cap, yes. So we're giving 3 gigabits, and then a student would have the opportunity to purchase at a very, very, very reduced price additional gigabits if they would need to.
3 gigabits.
But we have looked at this, and we find that, so we're not saying that kids should go home and watch movies. That's not what this is for. This is for to do your homework. And if they do their homework, which is, we've looked at, that should be enough. Now, frankly, if we find that that's not working because, in our pilot, we rolled it out to 11 cities across the country. We did not get that as an issue, that wasn't enough for them. But if we were to find that it wasn't, then I have to tell you, we'd go back and look at it again. That's true.
And it says 3 gigabytes a month,
yes,
right?
Yes, exactly. Thanks, Aaron.
Debbie, thank you for the effort in Sprint. That's huge in solving the homework gap. You raised an interesting point that I want to go back to. And it's not necessarily Sprint's issue to solve, but this issue of principals going to school and seeing their kids sitting on the steps. Principals going to school and finding families parked in parking lots. And we have that happen all over the country, different cities we talk to. We really need to find ways to get a classroom open at 6 in the morning until 9 at night. We are working on community learning centers, but having kids who don't have internet access at home sit in a parking lot is, it's really, I think, almost offensive that we can't get a room open earlier.
Thank you, Rick.
Following up on my friend Rick's comment, I've heard a couple things this morning that concern me because they sound like there are folks with lots of resources who have a clear picture of what needs to be done. And I would suggest to you that running pilots and learning from the pilots is really important. But I also suggest that the comment that my friend Leslie made, which is until the people who are actually the users in the design thinking sense are part of the design of the pilot and the design of the learning process. So it's great to hear that Sprint's prepared to learn, but as Rick said, we need to be learning as a community. Right. So what can those of us who would like to bring more ready to talk people from the community do? Partner with Sprint and with Google and with the city in an ongoing fashion. I was at a school board meeting the other night for 3 hours, and I can make a list as long as my arm of all the institutions that I would have loved to have seen one representative, one, just to know what life is really like in Kansas City Public Schools. So we need to get a more inclusive picture, and it can't be top-down, and it can't be we're providing services. We have now increased Ms. Butler's connectivity.
And so maybe as part of the broader question of what is the best way for people to get engaged, talk a little bit about it. It sounds like Sprint has done a pilot where you've used for learning and talk about how you've been inclusive and participatory with your customers in that context.
So yeah, I don't need to imply that we just decided this was something we should go do and that we didn't do research before we did that, because we talked to lots of people all across this country. We met with we have partners really with other companies like the library, like Connecting with Good. I mean, we talked to a lot of people, a lot of students who were having this problem. We talked to other people to try to figure out, is this the right solution before we did this? Because frankly, when we look at what we have the highway. We actually, so Sprint has that. But the devices that we have to, we don't make devices. So we have to go to our vendors to actually purchase these devices. So for us, we see it as about a $2 billion commitment. And then for our vendors to give us, which is what we're trying to get them to do, to give devices, this wasn't something we just said, well, let's go try this. We actually did meet with a lot of people. And the reason why you do pilots is to try to figure out what's going to work. We learned a lot of things from the pilots. To somebody's point about the principal, we learned that frankly in every single school you really do need somebody other than the principal also to help work with. So like here in Kansas City, we're working with the district and we're working with the technology officer, Tom, and I can't think of Tom's last name. Yeah, with Tom right now and his team. So it's not like We are a partner with the groups that do it, but if you've got other advice and you can help us and provide something and have names for us, I'll give you my card, please give me a call. I'm happy to take any of that information. If we find that the gigabits is not enough, we are open to looking at that again. So, I mean, we got to try this. We're not just sitting there talking about it, we're doing something about it.
One more.
Are you offering this program in any of the surrounding areas like Excelsior Springs or Platte?
Not yet, but we hope to be able to open it up to other districts.
You've got KCMO as one of your 11 pilots, right?
Missouri was one of our pilots, and it will be in the program.
Hi, how you doing? My name is William King.
Great.
And I'm not only addressing this to you, to the whole panel. And I'm a grandparent, believe it or not. And my daughter fell into some hard times, and my grandkids come over my house, young teenagers. I can't really afford the type of internet. You have to get all this TV and phone and all this stuff here. And I can't afford all that. And I came into some hard times myself. But the kids is like going to school, they go to center, middle school, and they need internet. I can't afford those packages that these people doing, and then you get caught in this 2-year contract, and it's really draining my children, my grandchildren, because I can't afford it. So for a person that works every day and knows the internet, and then I need some type of one way to get connected at a low cost forever, for a long time. So
I'm sorry for just cutting in. I just want to make sure. It's a great question, Mr. King, and it's a question we at Connected for Good and a lot of our partners get every day. And there are low-cost services available. Just to give you just what you described, what Sprint is offering to high school students, it comes in the form of what's called a hotspot, which just looks like a cell phone, but actually when it's turned on, it gives you an internet signal wherever you go. Right? But not everybody has a high school kid who's going to get one of those. So other options you can get that are available right now. Of course, if you live in one of the housing authority sites, like Tamara does, Google Fiber provides free Wi-Fi in the home. In those, there's 6 housing authority of Kansas City, Missouri sites, and there's 3 in KCK. If you're not in one of those residences, come back to Connected for Good's table. We have a flyer, and it shows you at least 3 other low-cost services that are available right now. The one that we work with the most on low-income families is offered by a company called PCs for People, and the hotspot costs $75, and you get 12 months worth of internet for $10 a month. So that's altogether that's $195, and if you can't pay that, we'll put you on a payment plan. So you pay as much as you want, and we'll help you get into that. But that'll provide you with a hotspot, and that's just one example. Obviously the library branches and other places that offer free Wi-Fi access is another way. But you want your kids to have, and you want yourself to have internet at home. You need to, you want a low-cost, affordable service. You can also look at AT&T. They have a service called AT&T Access, and there are some qualifications for that. And then Spectrum, formerly Time Warner Cable, they have a new program called Spectrum Internet Access, and that has some qualifications as well. But those are just examples. There are low-cost, affordable internet programs that are available, and we want to help you find whatever information you need to get onto those. Okay?
Step out the box and be innovative and ask, because they are always out there to help you. Always. I ask, I receive.
You're not God.
And it is confusing when you're talking about the videos and the phone plans and this, and it seems like it's bundled. They don't always make it easy to find out sort of what it is that you're trying to learn, and that's what anybody on here on the panel will help you. I think who do we have that provides internet service around the outside of the room? So Connecting for Good, we heard out back. We have Google Fiber over in the corner. We have AT&T right next to Google Fiber over there. So those are three places where I would go up and just say, hey, a lot of it depends on where you live and if you get access. And I know Urban Neighborhood Initiative, they don't go all the way down the center, but we're working on providing some access there. So, yeah, ask. It's exactly right. Thank you.
Ask. There is no dumb questions in learning.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the question. All right, our next panelist, we will bring up Ron Farmer. So this is, I mentioned there are some people who are not necessarily organizations solely devoted to digital. But one of the things that we've seen is that people who deliver services of various kinds, like access to credit, like trying to figure out how you can be a homeowner, recognize that you need access to digital tools increasingly in order to do these things. So Ron is going to talk a little about the organization Money Smart. Casey.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to see a good turnout this morning. My name is Ron Farmer. I am actually the co-founder. I'm up here representing an organization and an initiative. I'm the co-founder of a HUD-approved Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD-approved housing, financial, and credit empowerment organization. Also, I'm representing an initiative, Money Smart KC. How many people in the room have heard of Money Smart KC or received some email? Okay, great. Well, it's turned into a year-round initiative. So it's really developed to empower folks to provide resources. We're sharing a table at the IRS table, so don't let that scare you. Still go over there. There are some great resources. One of the things that is available there is one of these little 3x3 cards. And it provides information on all of the resources that we do provide. 36 different topics, very important. We backtrack just a little bit. With our organization and with Money Smart, when people were starting programs to get move themselves forward into a better position, the folks that did not complete those programs, even though they were offered free, especially with our organization, we contacted them. We did some research. We found out the reason behind why they were not able to complete a program that got them into a better position, whether it be towards homeownership, just improving credit, improving their financial stability within their household. The biggest reason was that they either had 2 jobs or working 2 jobs, a single parent household, was time. The time to be able to go and make an appointment, sit in and do something within an office, that was the biggest stumbling block for them. So when we talk about digital inclusion and connectivity, we're talking about opportunity and access. It provides a level playing field for all of those people who are really wanting to move themselves forward. When I started the organization, CHESS Inc., that's the acronym that we go by because that name is so long. And I was listening closely to the young lady in the second row here who wants to be an entrepreneur. And starting the organization 7 years ago, it wouldn't have been possible without having internet access. That made all the difference in the world. The organization started at a dining room table with 2 laptops and a printer that we had to keep hitting on the side to get it to print the documents. So it's possible to start somewhere. Opportunities, and that's what we're talking about. I would also suggest that you check the Money Smart KC website. The information's right over here because it's not just money and finances. There's information if you want to start a business. It provides local free resources, local and national free resources for that purpose. To give you an idea of some of the other topics, course budgeting, smart spending, that type of thing. College, how to pay for college. How to pay for college if some college might be free for you if you have some credits behind you, or other ways that you can pay for college. Financial coaching, if you need a coach, if you need some financial planning, any of those items, those things are all available on this website as well. Government assistance and benefits, healthcare, housing, immigrant services, also getting connected to the internet. Connected for Good, these are all great partners that are here around on the side as well. So take advantage of the resources. Like I said, it's about opportunity. The opportunity moves people, families forward, and that moves generations forward. They're very important.
Thank you, Ron. Any questions for Ron?
Oh, yes. Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. We don't believe that just going from the top down is the way to get resources into households and families. So the website includes a youth and teen topics tags that are designed in a way that speaks to them. So if they can get onto this website, and they can do it from the smartphone, it's smartphone friendly, some of the tablets. Once they access the website, if their household needs supplies, anything from food, toilet paper, anything, things like that, they can access that information. They can also access what to do if something's happening to them that's inappropriate. It provides them with information on who to contact and who they can trust. So it really does run the whole gamut from retirement all the way to teen and youth. And there are education opportunities on there as well. And all the resources that are on this website are absolutely free.
Just a quick reminder, we've got two more panelists we're going to hear from, and then we're going to do some drawings for computers and some of the other things that we have. So please stick around, and after that, we'll have plenty of time to go around and hit the booths and learn more information from the people around the room that we may not have heard from yet. Next on our panel, we have Pedro Zamora with the Hispanic Economic Development Corporation.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming out this morning. Hispanic Economic Development Corporation has been around for 24 years, and our focus is integrating business practices into everyday life. So we take the challenge of the low-income immigrant population, and we work with a bilingual focus in our programming to help you move up a step into your career path and choices in life. Our connection into the digital world is around entrepreneurial-based training. We don't look at ourselves as instructors to you. We look at ourselves as partners working with you to solve your crisis and jump those barriers that are stopping you from moving ahead. So instead of going deep into it, we have our class here led by Norma. They took time out today from our Center for Urban Enterprise class that's held on Independence Avenue, 3142 Independence Avenue. There's a correct address over there. She brought her team up with us. Norma was a student with us a year ago and has now worked up to become an instructor in our research-based curriculum that we've designed specifically to address the urban core challenge of educating and connecting to the internet. You've got a perfect situation that we'd like to solve. Fred had a perfect situation that he wants to solve. Do you know Fred? Fred, I'm not sure where you live, but if you live close to Fred, Fred's got the internet, he said. The internet, thanks to Google, and their access points are turned up pretty high. You can sit in Fred's yard. And you could probably work something out with Fred to get free access by possibly cutting his grass for him and bartering. Use a barter system. Your neighbors are your friends. Think about it. Your neighbors are your friends. If you don't have access and you have economic challenges, we don't have to buy to get access. Barter with your neighbors. Let's start there. Move ourselves up the ladder. Just one step. That's what we focus on at HEDC. We try to look at different paths of access to move you up the ladder. I'm a former Sprint employee. Thank you for your contribution to solving the crisis of our students. We know in our research that it takes a lot of, there's an opportunity in a lot of many different formats to get educated in digital connection. Online is important. Our classes are integrated with online and instructor-led curricula. We highly emphasize the use of the internet, YouTube channels to help you develop your skill sets a little bit further. It's free. If you can get connection, it is free. So learning is an everlasting opportunity. There was a young lady here who wanted an entrepreneurial question answered. We have a loan fund called the Emacto Loan Fund, which we designed to help with micro loans to help you advance your business ideas and turn them into reality. Those are opportunities we'd like to bring in, and it's all wrapped around digital inclusion.
So Pedro, I want to stop you for a minute because I want people to hear this, and we're starting to get a little bit of ambient noise. So if I can ask, if you're at a booth on the side, just for a minute, I want you to be able to hear what Pedro's sharing, because I think you're talking about some
access to free money.
Some money.
Access to free money. Who wants to hear about access to free money? Thank you. That's why. Well, so at HEDC, we run a program called, my remote is back there, our booth's back there, but what it does, it matches you and your savings for $1,000, and we'll match with $4,000, and we go through a 6-month program, a savings program, to help you with your business plan development, your financial planning, so you can start a business in Kansas City. And it doesn't necessarily have to exclude you because you don't have digital connection. We will provide that with you. We're part of Connecting for Good. We have a mobile app that comes into neighborhoods. We're in Olathe, Kansas, Kansas City, Kansas, Independence Avenue. We have a mobile app. If we can get 12 people signed up for a class, we will come to your neighborhood, and we're powered by Sprint, with a hotspot for Sprint. So we understand the concept, we understand the challenges. We walk these steps. My staff has walked through the steps of hardship, financial, living in their core. We understand what it means to be creative and find solutions to help us get connected in the digital world. Pay our bills, find a job. I'll leave it at that.
All right, thanks very much. And finally, to close us out, we have the Deputy Director of the Kansas City, Missouri Public Library. But not only does she serve as the Library Director, she is also the Chair of our steering committee with Kansas City Coalition for Digital Inclusion and has provided tremendous leadership, wrangling all these organizations, and in fact helping support this event here today. So a few words, Carrie, to close us out.
Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for listening. I'm going to be very brief because I wanted to make sure everybody gets a chance to talk to all of the tables that are here. So I'm Carrie Coogan, Deputy Director of the Kansas City Public Library. And the most important thing I would suggest that everyone in this room do and tell your neighbors to do is get a library card. A library card is the most important thing that you can do. It's a gold ticket to access all of these opportunities for digital inclusion, computers, opportunities for getting training and classes, and everything that you need in terms of reaching out to the partners, the libraries involved in that. We have 10 locations throughout the community. So please, if you have any issues getting a library card, or maybe you feel like you have too many fines on your library card, come talk to me and I'll get them taken care of for you, okay? So the other thing I wanted to tell you is that we have a table in the very back. Wendy's waving, and I wanted to let you know we have one-on-one consulting for digital inclusion for any issues you might have with your phone or your computer getting connected. The services are free at the library, all of our locations, and we also have classes as well. A lot of our classes tie into a lot of the partners that you see up here because we're trying to reach everybody in the community no matter where you are. We also partner with Literacy KC and Mid-Continent Public Library for a program called Career Online High School, and it's a way, if you dropped out of high school, you can get into a program that will allow you to get your high school diploma for free. Okay, so that's all I have to say now, and I think we're going to get to the raffle and to the rest of the tables, but thank you so much.
Okay, so we just go back to these off in order. All right, our first giveaway is a desktop computer, courtesy of the Surplus Exchange. courtesy of Columbia College. And this goes to maybe
one thing the digital design mic doesn't stop at the right side. So, the number is 7758774. All right.
Okay, this number is 7758766. 7758766.
There it is.
Okay, the second computer from Connecting for Good.
7758772. 772.
This drawing is from MindDrive, and this is for a mini MindDrive, or the MindDrive experience. And if you don't know what MindDrive is, I have a table right over here. MindDrive is a class in automotive design using pilot-style moving parts, racetrack, and modeling plane. Each participant is given an opportunity to design and race their own car. The MindDrive experience is a tour of our MindDrive automotive shop and an opportunity to take a picture of one of our student-designed and student-built electric cars. And to take that picture, using our advanced photographic digital technology, enhance your picture digitally. A digital copy of your picture with enhancements will be emailed to group leader or individually requested. Prize is limited to 12 participants, so you can bring a group of 12 students, adults, anyone in your community over to have a MindDrive experience, get a picture with some cool stuff with the cars. They do some great work. So, the MindDrive experience
goes to 7758702.
And our last giveaway this morning is from Project $90, also known as Project UK. This is a donation of free technology training and marketing consulting up to 2 hours. So if you win this and you are not looking to start a business, maybe you should start. But if you are not going to take that path, please find somebody else to share this with. Wes and his team will be glad to help. I guess they may even give you more than a couple hours because they're quite generous with their time when they do some good. So Project $90, donation of free technology, training, and marketing consulting. I'm going to have you rock and roll more this time. This is giving away computers.
7758723.
All right. And we should take a plane. We have taken down the names of all the winners. We know probably how to do that. Okay. If I can have all of the winners come up here, and I'm going to have you write down your name and your number on this piece of paper so that we can get a hold of you and make sure that you get what you need. The last thing before you're dismissed to the table, we have a lot of balloons left, and I think if we don't eat them or take them, IV will. So if you want to take some extra donuts for yourself when you leave, if you want to take some to church tomorrow, bring some home for your kids, please feel free to do that. Ask a plan if you have any questions. This concludes our formal program. Thank you again to the city of Kansas City, Missouri, and to all our
So now, do you guys build this or?
No, this device is one of our innovation partners at City Hall. It's a company called 1773 Innovations.
Yes. She's a very interesting woman.
Sorry?
Charging her?
Yeah, you can charge your phone there if you want to.
Oh, that's cool.
There's an Android cord.
Oh, okay.
There's an iPhone cord.
The technology, boy, technology.
Yeah, we're trying to. Can't miss the chance to interview Bob Berkebile. Thank you for attending our event. And Mr. Mullins, how are you, sir? So I'm fine. What do you guys think of what you've seen so far?
Great event, and the people here really got some new information. So I love that.
All right. We're trying to find as many ways as we can to connect and make people aware of what's going on. So.
I think not in this room, but outside of this room, when these folks go back to their parts of the community, is when the connectivity starts.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thanks for coming, guys. See you. Leslie Scott.
Not enough capacity.
Leslie Scott.
There we go.
Hey, I got to talk to you for a minute too. We're on Facebook Live. What do you think of the event and what we're up to in Kansas City right now?
I think it's great. I love seeing all these organizations who are doing all this great work. One of the things I wish Carrie would have talked about were the digital services that the library offers and how you can listen to a book from the comfort of your couch through the library services. So
subscribe to newspapers. We had that question come up at home. Like, how do I read the Washington Post? They have subscriptions to that.
I mean, it's just a connection to so many resources, and I think that this is a great place to learn about everything we can do with the internet and the resources that we can use to do that maybe we didn't know about, and more importantly, organizations we can support doing that work.
Well, great, thank you. I'm going to talk to Ike Graham.
Right, all right.
I'm with the city manager's office here. We've met, so I'm on Facebook Live. Can you tell us a bit about what you picked up here today and what you're doing at Vineyard Neighborhood?
Yeah, we got a lot of good information, but I'm here because we're trying to get the neighborhood connected so that we can reach out to a whole lot more people in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Yes, and help us with a lot of our projects and programs.
All right, well, I have a couple of digital scholars working on a community learning center network. I'd like to introduce you to them so they can get some information about the center that you have too.
Oh,
so
okay. That would be good. Very good.
I'll talk to you here in a bit.
All right.
Thanks. Hi. Hey, I'm Rick Usher with the city manager's office. I'm on Facebook Live with our coalition group. Do you mind talking a bit about what we saw?
With who now?
The city manager's office and with the Coalition for Digital Inclusion. So what brought you here today?
To learn more about eBay.
eBay, okay.
Yeah. I'm ready to go into a nursing home, so I'd like to get rid of, know how to get rid of my personal belongings.
Okay, so set up a site and yeah, okay. I'm sure there's folks around the table here that can help you figure out how to set up a site. That's great use of the internet as well. So, all right, nice to meet you. Thanks for coming.
You know exactly what you need to do to sell its footprints.
I'm going to go around and meet these vendors. I don't know who's here.
Yeah, meet vendors and still on Facebook Live here.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, the whole mission is to get this access for independence, the IDA program for small
businesses. So our goal is to try to launch 94 businesses.
I'm on Facebook Live here, so thanks for being on the panel there. And
Rick, thank you.
Enjoying this.
Great event, Rick. Great event.
Right, so what are you picking up from the event?
It's great to see all the collaboration going on between the different organizations and showing that Kansas City is a real leader in digital inclusion.
We've got a great partnership. So
absolutely. Very much so.
Thank you. Jim Stacy, I have to interrupt you. I'm putting on Facebook Live. So we're interviewing folks. What have you picked up today, and what are you most interested in seeing happen in Kansas City after this?
That's a long conversation, Rick.
I know. So there were 30 seconds.
Just monitoring progress and seeing where the effort is evolving.
All right. Well, thanks for coming.
All right.
Good to see you. We'll catch up on the longer conversation. Hey, are you a Higher KC Youth intern as well? All right, cool. So I know Noah and Eleanor. What's your name?
My name is Brianna Roberson.
We're on Facebook Live.
Hi.
So what are you guys picking up on the event today?
Well, I manned the doors, so I met all the people.
All right.
I just sat in on a panel and listened along with the audience.
All right.
I got to go around and practically interview every single company.
That's great. We're still live on that same feed, so we got a lot of editing to do.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Well, thanks, guys.
No problem.
Oh, and hey, I want to let you know, Ike Graham is here from Vineyard Neighborhood Association. We can talk to him about his learning center they have at their site.
Wow.
Okay, so a lot going on here. Signing off. Thanks for